Hey guys, Coach Enoch coming to you today to talk about recovery runs. For anyone that's been training with us, for any period of time, you'll notice that recovery runs really make up the bulk of what I prescribe. We're doing those 2, 3, or even 4 times a week, getting in those easy runs. I think for the most part, we all have a pretty good understanding of like why we need to do easier runs, but I just want to go into some more detail of exactly why, what the benefits are, both scientifically, recovery, all those things. And then also for each individual, how you figure out what your recovery run pace should be. I know I set zones for you guys, those of you that have training peaks, which that's helpful, but I think it's good to have a really good understanding and appreciation for just how important these runs are. So I have a couple things, made a couple notes, just make sure I don't miss anything, cover with you guys. So first off, when we do recovery runs, one of the big reasons that we want to do these is for developing the aerobic system. So this system is the predominant system for races longer than 3 minutes. So basically all the races that we run, the predominant system that we're using is the aerobic system. So how we develop that system is through aerobic development. And so, for example, for like the marathon, we're looking at 97% of that effort is, the aerobic system. 5K, maybe around 84, 85%. The mile, pretty short, fast event, we're still looking at using that aerobic system for about 80% of that effort. So that's why it's really important for improvement is developing that aerobic system. And how we develop it is through these recovery runs that are at an easy pace, and I'll kind of get into details like what that looks like. But to develop this system, it's crucial that you're running at a certain pace. If you run too fast or you run too slow, then that system doesn't develop. So as we're developing this system, what we're looking for is that one of the things that happens is capillary development. And basically what capillaries are is they deliver oxygen and nutrients to muscles, and they also remove waste. So obviously that's really important for distance running. And as you increase, as you do more aerobic training, you get an increase in capillaries. So the more capillaries have, then you're able to do those functions at a higher rate. The next thing is increased myoglobin content. This is another scientific thing that happens. The more myoglobin you have per muscle fiber equals more oxygen to your muscles. So it delivers more oxygen to your muscles. I'm simplifying some of these things. Don't want us to be here all day. Next thing is mitochondrial development. And so as you do more aerobic training, you have more of them, and they also increase in size. So this is really, really important. What this does is basically it means that your muscles can produce more energy during exercise. So this makes you more powerful, makes you able to go faster with using the same amount of energy, same amount of oxygen, and things like that. So that's kind of a simple breakdown of some of the things that aerobic development does. Another thing, there's that whole aerobic development side, but another big thing that I think most of us are pretty aware of, but I really want to harp on because it's really key, is, when you run at a faster pace, one, you're not going to get that ideal aerobic, that aerobic development, but two, it's more stress on your body. So you're running faster, you're not getting the aerobic development, and you're stressing your body and not allowing it to recover, which this leads to injury. So, and it's really not just that, one run that leads to, you could go out for one run and go a little, like faster than the pace you need to be going, and you might feel great, you might be talking, you might be feeling fine. And is that one run going to injure you? Probably not, but it's a cumulative fatigue thing. It's as you do more of these runs that are slightly too fast, that cumulative fatigue builds up and your body's not able to recover from harder workouts, and it just slowly breaks down. So we often think maybe it was that really hard workout that injured me. Maybe it was that race, or, just maybe I was running too much volume, but often it's because you're running too fast. Every day you were running slightly too quick, that strain, maybe your breathing was fine. Maybe you were able to breathe just fine. You're like, I was talking, it's conversational, so I can run faster because I feel fine today. The weather was great, I feel fine. But really, your legs can't handle that. Your joints, your body, as the mileage increases, you're not able to handle those faster paces. So that's why it's really important to run at these correct paces, because the more volume you can handle, the more aerobic development you can create, and also you increase your efficiency because you're able to run more and you become more efficient. Something that people ask pretty often is like, well, if I want to get faster, don't I need to train faster? That's not correct. What you need to do is train at the correct paces. You'll continue to develop aerobically. You'll continue to get stronger, and then you can increase your volume. You're able to handle more volume, and then you start to get faster. You don't just say, I'm running a 20-minute 5K right now. I want to be able to run an 18-minute 5K, so I'm going to go train with the 18-minute group. You're going to get injured. You're going to break down. You're not going to have the aerobic development. You're going to be pushing yourself every single day. And yeah, it might feel like you're getting faster because you're in faster workouts for a week or two, maybe a month. But really, all you're going to do is break your systems down. You're going to overtrain. You're going to fatigue. You're going to get injured. And you're not going to run faster. You're actually going to run slower. So you're better to be erring on the side of caution and going slightly slower than you are to be going too fast. So now I know you've heard, all these benefits, all the risks, all those things. So what does this look like? What is optimal recovery run pace? Scientifically, for most of us, it's about 55 to 75% of your 5K race pace for most of us. So somewhere right in that middle, 65% seems to be pretty ideal for all these different aerobic development stimulus that we want. I will attach a calculator, handy calculator from Runners Connect, great resource that you can put in your current 5K, 10K, half marathon, all these, and it will give you a zone. I know I also put these on Training Peaks for you as well, and that zone set to be kind of in that range. Another really good, just, kind of on the fly, easy way to calculate is generally you want to be in about that range of 2 to 2.5 minutes slower than your 5K race pace. So, if you're running a 5K at 7-minute pace, that means your recovery run should be at like 9 to 9:30. For some of you that run, significant, kind of on the slower end with 5K, so say you're running 27, 28, or 30 minutes, kind of in that range plus, you may want to calculate based on more of like a 20-minute race. So say you ran, 10-minute pace for a 5K, maybe you run 9:30 pace for 2 miles. You could use that as your baseline. So more around that 15 to 20, 22, 25 minute, like in that range, race distance, then add 2 to 2.5 minutes to it. That's where you should be recovering. So, but some of you guys might be thinking, well, Enoch, you run your recovery runs really fast. I see you running recovery runs at 6:30, 6:45, it's such a fast pace. But in reality, I run a 5K at 4:30 pace. What's that? 6:30 to 7 minutes. Pretty much all my recovery runs naturally fall in that zone. And that's kind of what we're looking for. And if it's really hot, you're really fatigued, maybe you're a little slower. If it's great weather, maybe you're closer to that 2-minute range, but really you shouldn't be faster than that. Or, you're going to be losing out on all these benefits. Your body's going to be breaking down. You're going to get injured. You're going to get fatigued. So I hope this helps kind of explain the logic behind it, the science behind it, the reasoning, and helps us continue to train, not just at the correct paces for workouts, but at the correct paces for our recovery runs. Thanks, guys.